Hey guys, welcome back to this Linux course. So now as we've already installed CentOS and also we've added the guest editions. So right now I think we can get started with Linux itself. So first we'll be looking at some basic Linux commands so that we can get started with Linux easily. These are for understanding how exactly Linux works. So first we'll look at some basic commands. So moving ahead. Okay, so first we'll look at these command and their tasks. So pwd shows the present working directory. Whoami shows the username. Date shows the date and time. And then so there are still more commands. Who, make directory, cat, move. So now let us start from the first pwd and try executing these. So let me open. So I have my virtual machine opened. So I've opened it. So once it's open, we can start off with the process. I'll open terminal. Terminal, as I told you, terminals are emulating shells. They are emulators of shells where you can type in commands and it works like a command line interface. So let's get started with that. So once it comes, yeah. So now I'll open terminal. I'll just click here. Okay. So it's running and yeah. So first was pwd. If I type this in, you can see /home/intellipad. So you can see that over here. So this is my present working directory. So under intellipad, right now I'm working. So that's why just showing it as the present working directory. So let's say I go back and now if I do a pwd, it shows home because I'm in the home directory. So that's how this works. That's how pwd works, and it's one of the important commands you'll have to remember. It's pretty simple. So let's say you have navigated into multiple directories, you exactly do not know where, so you can just do a pwd and check that for yourself. Now next one is whoami. So whoami is again a simple command, but it shows you which username have you used to log in. So let's say you have 5 different users. Now you can basically you can log into this particular CentOS system from multiple users, as multiple users. So if you might have forward which user you are using as, you can just type in this command and it will give you the username. And then there is date history. So again, I'm going to type in date. It shows you the date, Friday, January 31, and it shows the time and it shows the year. Okay, so we've seen that. So this is Eastern Standard Time, so that's what it's showing. So next we have history. We'll see history later. Then we have copy, we have remove, we have clear, man, exit, and cat, move, alias, echo, ls. So echo we'll see later, ls we'll see later, because we'll do these commands in detail. We'll learn about these commands in detail. Right now I'll just start off with the basic commands. So let me clear this. So right now you have cleared it, and you want to see what and all commands you have used still, so that you can take out the command and use it again. So for that you have this command called history. Once you type in history, you can see all the commands which you have executed previously. So you have history, clear, date, whoami, and pwd, and these were previously entered. So it also shows the previous history. So this is why you need history. If you would have forgot any command, you can just type in history and copy that and paste it within this. And so let's say I have forgotten this, so I'll just copy this and paste it over here. So this is what history. And then one more thing is touch and 1.txt. So the file got created but it won't open, so you can see the file got created over there. So now there are various text editors. We'll learn about text editors as well. So right now I'll just open it, nano.txt, and hello world. To save it is Ctrl O, enter, Ctrl X. So I've saved the file and the file is ready right now. So let's say I want to see the contents of the file without opening the file. So how can you do that? So it's pretty simple. You can use the command cat and type in the file name. So cat1.txt, and you can see the typed in the file's contents over here. So this is why you can use cat. And another thing, so let me create another file, 2.txt, and right now you have a 1.txt and a 2.txt file. So you want to copy the contents of 1.txt to 2.txt, you use the copy command, which is cp, then source and destination. So once I've entered, so now if I do a cat of 2.txt, you can see hello world inside that. I will not open those files. I just use the command cp, which copied the contents of the first file into the second file. So you can use this. Also, you can do one more thing, that is move 1.txt to 3.txt. So right now there is a 3.txt file, but there is no 1.txt file because I moved the contents of 1.txt as well as the file. I moved it into 3.txt. So right now if I do a cat of the file 3.txt, you will see the same content inside that. Again, I can move it back by using this command. So this is the move command. You can basically move a file within a directory, or you can also move a file outside of a directory. So let's say move 1.txt slash home slash 1.txt. So I want to move it to a file which is not in this directory. So it's showing permission denied, cannot move. So let me add a sudo in front and check. So I've given the permission. So now you can see here the 1.txt file is not there. So going back, so I'm in the home directory, and here you can see the 1.txt file. And if I do a cat, it should have the same content because I just moved the file here. I did not just move the file, also I moved the contents of that file. So again, I'm going to move it back to my directory which I was working in. So we can see that over here. So it's showing permission denied. Again, I'll have to become the root user. So now going into, now you can see the 1.txt and 2.txt files are already available. And then there are other commands like alias. Alias is one more command which is very helpful. So now let me clear this. And again, clear is one of the most commonly used commands. So if you hit clear, it will be cleared. The contents will not be deleted, basically it will be moved up. So this is how clear works. So I've cleared it. So now I want to use the alias. So let's say you are creating a big command. So for now I'm not going to create a big command, but let's say you're let's consider pwd is a huge command and you don't want to type in this huge command again and again. So what you can do is you can use the command alias, and you can provide a name, something like let's say p and then pwd pwdp. So this is not the syntax of alias. So we should do it like this. So alias, name of the alias, and then equal to the command which you want to see, pwd. So done. So now if I just type p, it will show me the command's output. So if I type in p, it is showing me the present working directory. So you can use alias for huge commands which you don't want to type again and again. You can basically do an alias, give a name for that command, and then enter that complete command within the single quote and then hit enter. Then after that you don't need to type in that command again and again. You can just use that word. So again, we've done this. So next we'll see more commands. We have who and we have w. So first let me type in who, and you can see IntelliPad TTY2 and this is the username, this is the terminal, this is the time and date when I logged in. So now if I type in w, it will again show the username, the terminal, the login, the idle time, the time which CPU was used, and you can see currently what process is running. So I'm not using this process, this is a background process which is running, but who just shows the username and when was that particular user logged in. But W shows more than that. It will show the number of users currently using the system, how long has this particular user has been using the system, and you can see also the idle time. So this is what idle time, and you can see the current process which is running in the background. And then there is we've seen move, alias, then we did not see make directory, and then clear we saw man. So one of the important commands is man. So now what manual page you want? So man is basically a manual page for any command. So let's say I don't know what exactly w is, so I put man w. So it takes me to a page which has the entire content of what exactly is w and how can I use it. So you can see W, show who is logged on and what they are doing. So let me quit. Now let me do man who, show who is logged in. That's it. So that's what I was trying to explain, the difference between who and W. So let me quit again. Now let me give who am I. So print effective user ID, it just shows the username. So you can use man to see any manual page. So let's say man grep is one of the important commands which we'll be learning, but right now grep prints lines matching a pattern. You can basically let's say there are so many files or so many directories inside one particular directory, and you want to search for a particular pattern and just print that. So in that cases you can use grep. So right now I'm just showing this because you can see the entire page is dedicated for options and what grep does, and so much information about grep. And you can see concatenation, repetition. You can read this complete page and understand what exactly this particular command does. Q is the command to exit. So we've seen man. So next we'll have to see some commands to create directories. So right now you can see there are some directories: desktop, documents, cd. CD is one of the important commands. Cd is change directory. Cd and the directory name, sorry, it's case sensitive. So cd and the directory name takes you inside the directory. So if I do a pwd, you can see that. So cd dot dot takes you back, and I think cd dot, yeah, so cd dot does nothing. Another thing is cd, it's not just you can only change the directory from the directories which are shown here. So you can also do this. So cd slash, now it took me to root. So I can again come back to IntelliPad directly from the root with this command. So now if I do, I'm inside IntelliPad. So cd is one important command, and again ls is also an important command which is used to basically list the contents inside a directory. So ls also, again there are so many different options for ls. We'll learn that in detail. So now let's just understand the basics. Then again finally we'll see this command and finish off with this particular session. So final is directories. So because you need to create directories are basically folders. So to create them, the command is mkdir and the directory name. So the directory name is going to be, let's say, my first dir. So now if I see, there will be a directory named my first dir, and if I do my first dir, and one more shortcut is if you type something my first, and if there is no other so you can see here there is no other directory with the same letters which it has. So after typing in like 3-4 characters, hit tab, it'll autofill your file name or directory name. So now I'm inside my directory. So you can see that this is how you create a directory. And to delete a directory, again it is rm dir, delete a directory, my first dir. So now the directory is deleted. To delete a file, it is rm1.txt. If you want to delete multiple files, you can do this. So if you do this, both the files will be deleted. You can see that. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create again 2 files, and I'm going to show you another way of deleting them. I'll create 3 files. So you can see I've created 3 files. So now rm star txt. So what this is going to do is, star in the sense it will consider any character there, and after those characters .txt should be there. If this is there in under this particular directory, it will delete all those files. So I've given that. So now you can see all those files got deleted. So guys, we've seen the basic Linux commands. Going back here, we've seen the basic Linux commands here, and you can see these are some commands which I executed and kept as an example. And then yeah, so we've done the basic Linux commands. So let us get started. So this is what I wanted to show, executing Linux commands. We also completed the hands-ons for the basic Linux commands. So moving ahead, right now we'll finish with this session, and let me meet you in the next session.